Hi, welcome and welcome back for another tutorial. My name is Laura and today I'm going to show you how to make a crop top using African attire, and it's pretty advanced. So if you're not sure on the sewing, the beginner, you can click the I buttons and I've got some easy sewing tutorial for you guys. Alright, let's begin. For this tutorial you will need African attire, a zip, sewing foot zip, a tailor scissors, zigzag scissors, a tape measure, some pin. You're definitely gonna need a pattern. I did make a video review about a pattern and you can click the I button to find out more. Some facing, I chose black, but obviously you can have a white one. So I'm starting off by taking the stickers off the fabric and I'm gonna sew just around the big sticker. I can't be bothered to take it off. And yeah, you're gonna mark the fabrics as usual, right from the wrong. And this is a pattern, so you need to be careful because last time I did make a mistake. I mixed the front and the back, so be sure not to do that. That's silly me. The back one, the front one, sorry, the neck is a bit lower than the back one. I changed my mind. I opted out for another sewing pattern. I found the see-through one was much easier to work on than the paper one. Onto the fabric, and I'm using Look, and I'll leave the description below if I remember to do so. And I'm tracing. Oh, lot of mercy. I'm tracing the patterns onto the fabrics using a tailor chalk. And after getting everything out, I'm trying on the mannequin, and yeah, I found out the neckline was a bit too high. I reversed that big and then cut small little by little as I go. It's not really professional, but that's the way I do it, and I find that it's much easier. They don't get too short, and certain other fabric, especially the African fabric, is pretty expensive. And I do the same thing at the back. Make sure that the shoulder is nice and aligned. Later I'll show you. I'm gonna cut out the fabric. It's not one piece at the back. It's gonna be two pieces. And now I'm checking out the side, the shoulder. So the shoulder is a bit more square, more straight than the front. And I'm happy with that. I went out and trimmed the excess of the fabric, and now I'm placing the two fabric on top of each other, just like so, and pin it. Just gonna fast forward. I don't want to bore you out, guys, so just try to be as fast as possible. Alright, so I'll just go through the sewing machine, and I'm gonna sew all the way around it, and I leave 1 inch. I start 1 inch forward, and then I stop 1 inch before to handle the fabric, just like so. Alright, now I'm happy with that. I'm gonna make some little triangle shape, so I cut one side, and then I'm coming back. We're doing the little triangle shape to trim. And ironing flats and come back and do the understitching, just like so. And make sure when you do the understitching, you're doing to the wrong side of the fabric. I know I'm using the both the same fabric to do the lining because I wanted something like really strong and stand out, something really heavy. And obviously it's winter, and I didn't want something too light, even though the top is not really covering much. Alright, so I'm doing the same thing at the back. Make sure to do some little triangle shape, and I'm gonna cut right in the middle after I've done so. Alright, so this is how it look like after I cut the middle part, and now I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna pin it, and what I'm gonna do after that? Yeah, so straight line. So straight line. And now I've done that, just gonna iron. So just make sure you iron as you go. Every time you sew, iron it, same as usual. And I'm gonna show you how I do it. It's a little bit tricky, so be sure to pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright, so once that is done, placing the fabric together, obviously I sew both sides and the middle, and then I press right with right. Yeah, make sure that you facing is right. And now I'm changing the sewing zip, and I haven't done this technique for how many years now? 8 years, and I was a bit worried what I was doing. So yeah, now I open where I sew, and just open. I think I was 8-inch zip, and I'm just gonna pin the zip. I'm fast forwarding. I don't know what you guys know, what you don't know. You need to leave more comments in the description below. I'm doing the video for you guys, so yeah, let me know if you want to see more details on what I do, if you want some more, so in description. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna fast forward, and hopefully you guys will catch one or two sewing technique. Yeah, thank you. So you can see I only sew one side. Put a straight line down, all the way down. When I'm pivot, I overlap the fabric to make sure that the pattern is matching the fabrics, and I'm gonna come back again and stitch right on top. And I open the zip just like so, and continue my sewing. Alright, so now I'm gonna sew on the side. I flip the fabric over and sew on the side. Then I pivot in the fabric, keeping sure that the needle is into the fabric. And this is the close-up of how I do it. And I'm gonna sew again a straight line, making sure that the fabric is covering the zip. Well, this is how you look. So now I'm placing again the fabric, the front on top of the back, and I'm gonna stitch the shoulder now. So yeah, be sure to follow the step by step. Yeah, make sure you put the zip before I start sewing everything together, otherwise it's gonna be a nightmare. Alright, so this is how I do it. Sew your shoulder, sew one side, and then the other side. Obviously I'm using the pin. So yeah, there's a lot of pinning going on here. I'm doing a reverse stitch and sew all the way down and reverse at the end and sew the other side. Do a reverse again for the other part. So yeah, if you're not sure, just keep on, you try and error. So make sure when you start, you finish your project, so you learn from a mistake and then you will learn better. I'm checking on the mannequin. I recommend to have a mannequin because obviously you have to sew naked and keep on trying. You don't want to do that. And this mannequin, I bought it on eBay. I think I bought it for £30. Now I'm sewing the bottom part. It's a straight line, very easy and simple. And coming back, we're using on the stitch. Be sure to double check and sew the lining. Yeah, to double check on the lining. And because I'm using the same fabric, I really need to check and check again. Okay, so now I'm flipping over. So remember, this is the bottom part that I sew, and again I'm gonna use the iron. This is some technique I use for the shoulder, and I'm gonna match the front and the back. So yeah, just flipping around, and you've got nice and easy sewing. And then after that, I start panicking because I have to put the sleeve on, and last time I did was a bit of a disaster. You can press the I button to see what I did. I did a dress, yeah, with a sleeve on. Never mind. Anyway, alright. So I did a homemade patterns. Be sure to make the front and the back, and put the notches on it, so a straight line. And now I understitch the fabric again. Make sure you understitch on the lining, and I do the same technique as I did for the shoulder. Just put it together, pin it, so turning around, it look like a beautiful heart or sleeve. Be sure to try it on. I tried on was a bit too big, and then I had to make it come back and make it a bit smaller. And yeah, this is how we have a sleeve. And now I'm gonna add sew a gathering, and I did that off camera. Make sure to match the armpit, the sewing armpit, and pin it all the way around it. And what I did, yeah, I was using the gathering and push our way in to have a beautiful shape. You can press the I button to see how I did it with the dress. It's just faster. And sew all the way around it, just like so. Make sure everything is nice and equal, and I sew obviously right with right, the right facing. And then leave it like that. I didn't sew, I didn't add any zigzag. I just leave it like this because nobody gonna see how you look like inside except me. And this is how I look. And this is my little dance because oh gosh, it took me 2 days to do that. I was panicking, and it turned out amazing. I'm really happy the way he look, and I'm flipping my hair because I'm so proud of myself. I feel like giving up, but I didn't. And yeah, this is how you look. And next week I'm gonna show you how I sewed this high waist skirt using African tie, obviously. And yes, it's the same fabric again, and that'll make it a skirt and a blouse, or a top, skirt and a top, or 2 pieces, however you want to call it. That's it for me, and we're reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching the video till the end, and if you are still here, be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And again, let me know what you think about this top and what else you want to see me next, and if you want me to go through more details, and if you have any question, leave the comment down below. And until then, I'll see you next week, and have a blessing week. Bye for now. Love you. Shalom.